Love hurts, love do, do do da dee, da 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 dee da, ba da 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 da. Love hurts, but not as much as hate hurts. Now, where do we even start with this absolute nonsense? Well, I suppose the first place to start is I've not actually read the hate crime bill, so I'm going to spitball on something that I've not read and I don't really know very much about, but here goes. Police Scotland have got a budget to put up these posters, right? Now, the whole thing, it's an absolute farce. It's made Scotland look like a laughing stock. It really has. I mean, internationally, our country just looks like a joke. It doesn't. The First Amendment in the American Constitution gives people the right to free speech. I don't want anything in society that limits free speech. There are already laws in place where if you threaten somebody online, which you can understand, if I sent someone an email or posted on Facebook or Twitter, I'm going to murder you. I can understand why the police and local authorities would have the ability to shut my door and say that's bang out order and we're going to do you for it, right? You shouldn't threaten people. Shouldn't threaten people when you meet them in the street. Shouldn't threaten people when you're online. So where am I going with this? Seen the farcical video Police Scotland put up. It's of the hate monster. It looks like a dildo covered with a red sock. It's an absolute joke. According to Strathclyde Police, or not Police Scotland, who obviously have the money to do research groups and look into things on a level that I can't sit in my van. The people most likely to do hate crimes are poor white people, poor white males from disadvantaged backgrounds. Does that not sound kind of racist? Could the police be done under their own legislation? Isn't that stereotyping people? So where would we go with this one? If the demographic most likely, and the police have obviously analysed this, if the demographic most likely to hate, how do you even define this, are poor white men, shouldn't we try tackling poverty in these areas? What about poor Chinese guys? Are they hateful as well, or is it just poor white guys? Can you see where I'm going with this? I'm not trying to be racist or that, because I'm not racist. However, surely it would be better tackling poverty than putting up bloody billboards. The next one is, I want the right to offend people. I use Twitter and YouTube. If somebody is a racist, like look at little Tommy Robinson now. My thought on this guy is he's on a payroll, probably he's probably attached to Mossad, isn't he? His job, and Katie Hopkins and all this type of thing, their job is to get us to hate Muslims. You know, that's basically what these guys do. Doesn't matter what anybody else does in the world, but they always consistently point a finger at Islam and Muslims. My local shopkeeper's a Muslim. I went for an Indian meal last night and it was Indian. It may have been Indian guys, so the chances are they might have been Pakistani, they might have been Muslims. I've met hundreds of Muslims. I'm sure the ratio of horrible Muslims to nice Muslims is about the exact same as horrible Buddhists or horrible Christians or horrible whatever. You know, you get your good guys, you get your bad guys, and I'm sure that goes the same regardless of skin colour, doesn't it? So the police are saying that poor white men are most likely to do hate crime, so let's try lifting people out of poverty, you know. The Scottish Government in their infinite wisdom have passed this nonsense. Apparently nobody can define what a hate crime actually is. You've got all these talking heads in Holyrood sitting about. I'll tell you what the problem with these people is. They're too middle class. They are completely out of touch with what's actually happening in our day-to-day life. Energy bills are rocketing. The price of food in the shops is going absolutely bonkers, right? Scotland's an oil-rich country, and Grangemouth, the only oil refinery in Scotland, is about to close, and they're saying nothing. They are saying nothing. My thoughts on why the cost of living's going bonkers and why the price of food in my baskets is going up is not because of Brexit, which everybody else would think. I think it's because of the Ukraine war. So if I was in the Scottish Government, I would be saying to Westminster, hang on a second, yous are supplying billions upon billions of pounds into a war zone against an adversary that's got the largest nuclear weapons arsenal on the planet. And here's another one for if you're Scottish. Faslane and Kilport are just down the road, aren't they? So you've got Westminster poking a bear, and I reckon the Russian military is possibly the best military the world has ever seen, you know. So we're poking a bear. All our money's getting sucked out to go and slaughter Ukrainian men and Russian guys. Grangemouth is about to shut down, and the British government are actively backing a genocide in Gaza, right? And they come up with this. What was the last one that they did? The GRR bill, the Gender Recognition Act. I'm sure there's people out there with hurt feelings, and if you watch this video are going to think to themselves, what's this guy on about? I need a cuddle, you know. But as far as people having hate thoughts or hate crimes, I mean, it's something out in 1984, the George Orwell movie, isn't it? Do they need a wee cuddle to help them get over their temporary dip in their happiness? These are nothing burgers. It's a waste of time, money, effort and energy. There are real things going on. When we go to do our shopping, the amount of, everybody must have noticed this, the amount of money it's costing to fill your basket up is going up, isn't it? When you go to put diesel in your car, the amount of money it takes to fill your car, that's going up. When you go to heat your house, and again, get back to Scotland, we're so energy bloody rich that we should be able to give energy away to poor people. We generate so much extra power in Scotland. So we have real things going on in our life, like the fact that Faslane and Kilport are the single biggest sitting ducks, the single first targets that the Russian military would strike if it kicks off in the Ukraine. The British government are spending billions upon billions of pounds funding that war so we can slaughter men on an industrial level, and they're worried about poor guys having an opinion or something. I don't know, honestly. It's really back to front. As I said, my take on the Scottish government is they're inept. They're focusing on stuff that doesn't matter. GRR bill, the Gender Recognition Act, I mean, who does that affect in our society when we're all struggling to pay our bills? The hate crime thing, that can't even be defined, so that's going to disappear. Like, what is it they say in Scotland? Snow off a dike. I mean, it's just absolute rubbish. Another one was the taxed sugary and fatty foods. Half of the cabinet are fat bastards, excuse my French, but they are. But yet, they've got nothing else to do with their time and think, well, we're going to tax Greggs food and make Bars Iron Brew, put less sugar in Iron Brew. Who comes up with this stuff? I mean, really? Who comes up with it? The other one I want to get in there as well is a minimum unit pricing on alcohol. If you're a poor alcoholic, you're not going to be able to afford a Greggs, and even if you bought the Greggs, it wouldn't have enough sugar in it to fill you up because the government have banned fatty foods or something. Andy Murray is one of the greatest athletes in the world, and he's Scottish. Andy Murray decides what he's going to eat, you know what I mean? If you're overweight, it's because you're not taking enough exercise and you're eating the wrong type of food. It's a personal choice. So, can we focus on the stuff that's important? Let's try to keep Grangemouth Oil Refinery open. Let's stop taxing the poor. That is what this boils down to, isn't it? And let's focus on things that actually matter to the people of Scotland. Like maybe we should think about trying to get rid of the nuclear weapons, the 220 American nuclear weapons that are sited 25 miles from where I'm sitting just now. Maybe we should think about nationalising our energy infrastructure to try to get our energy bills down a little bit. And you know, right, I'm going to end the rant there. I could go on about this for hours. So where am I today? This is a sunny Denniston in the wee yellow Transit. Onslow Drive, Denniston. A rant about what did we have? Nuclear oblivion, hate crime laws, Police Scotland being out of touch. They've spent money analysing this, and that's what they come up with. So it shows you how out of touch the police are. And there's another issue as well, isn't there? If the police are busy trolling social media posts to find out who's been hateful, they're not out catching people that are smashing folks' heads in. Anyway, talking about the police, they are there. So we can use this one as a hang-uppy. Right, bye-bye police officer, bye-bye hate crime laws, and for goodness sakes, can we please focus on things that are actually affecting the people in Scotland? Thank you all for watching. Bye.